we have a lot of super covered people, a giant freak show here.
That's kind of true.
It's the norm though, like nobody's
How
really...
was Philly? Did you notice the crowd in Philly being like heavily tattooed?
No throats, necks, faces, hands,
Visible
none of that. Yeah, like even all the big dudes, dude, like all those East Coast tattooers are like doing a little bit more subtly.
They might have like a star in their hairline or not one thing, but they don't have like hands and necks.
Right.
Yeah,
what about
really
West
diverse
Coast?
set of people here too. Really diverse.
Yeah, everybody that lives here like didn't grow up here. It's like
Pretty much from all over the country.
But you guys just did all that West Coast stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? There's more. I think there's more heavily tattooed people west than there are east.
No, for sure. Yeah, they've got them in more show-off places. More people have like neck tattoos without sleeves, you know, out there and shit. I think it's more of like a gangster scene out there, or like look at what I have out there, as opposed to like.
Well,
here
that's
for
also
doing it for
Southern
personal.
Cal. You guys did SoCal too, right?
Yeah.
And that's way more cholo gangster, Mr. Cartoon.
Yeah,
And then San Francisco is way crazier. It's more big art and like.
Everybody was really mellow out in San Francisco, like chill. It was like Boulder out there, except like without all the shitty hippies. It was cool.
Piercing-wise, I think everybody tries to outdo each other here too. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
How do you think people perceive you because of your tattoos?
I guess it depends on where you are, but when I'm in Denver, I don't feel like people go out of their way to be obnoxious about tattoos. When I'm traveling in other parts of the country and I'm in places where people aren't so heavily tattooed, I notice that there is kind of a difference. And I think that that's interesting. I think it's more where you're at.
Have you ever tattooed people in gangs, or what are your feelings on that?
The only kind of tattoos that I'll absolutely refuse to do is anything that is like Nazi related or racially and hate backed. I definitely would never consider doing that. But lettering and numbers and things, you have to make bread and butter to pay the rent, so I can't say that I've never tattooed a 303 or a 720, and I don't really know what that means because it could be something different for each person. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a gang, but yeah, we all are professionals here, and so none of us would tattoo anything hate or racist.
How do you think the tattoo stereotype is changing?
I think that the more people get big, beautiful pieces of art, that it changes the way that people see themselves and the way that they see each other. And I think it's bringing people together because most people are getting tattooed now in places that you can see it. And so when that happens, it brings people to want to ask each other their stories, and it makes people think and interact with each other, and that can't ever be a bad thing.